Hi, I'm Sunil Balasundaram, the pastor of the Conshohocken United Methodist Church, which is here in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. Thank you for once again joining us for this week's weekly devotion, where we're looking at stories that Jesus told us, parables. Today we're going to look at a story about prayer. It has to do with friends. Or, you may wonder, is that person really a friend? But let me read it to you. It's found in Luke chapter 11 from verses 5 to verse 13. It follows immediately after Jesus' teaching on the prayer when he talks about the prayer we know as the Lord's Prayer. But here goes. Then Jesus said to them, "Suppose you have a friend, and you go to him at midnight and say, 'Friend, lend me 3 loaves of bread. A friend of mine on a journey has come to me, and I have no food to offer him.' And suppose the one answers, 'Don't bother me. The door is already locked, and my children and I are in bed. I cannot get up and give you anything.' I tell you, even though he will not get up and give you the bread because of friendship, yet because of your shameless audacity, he will surely get up and give you as much as you need. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you fathers, if your son asks for a fish, will give him a snake instead? Or if he asks for an egg, will he give him a scorpion? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give the Holy Spirit to those who ask him?" God has a sense of humor. You better believe this. And you need to look at the story with a sense of humor, even though the subject is serious, because it's a subject that has to do with prayer. Because you need to understand that in the Middle Eastern culture, and especially in the culture of those days, a friend not helping another friend was unheard of, because Middle Eastern hospitality asked of you that you would not refuse people who needed you. And we didn't have 7-Elevens those days that were open 24 hours. When stores closed at 4 or 5 p.m., nobody had any other recourse but ask a friend or a neighbor if they needed help. And here is a friend that needed help. And Jesus is trying to say, listen, here's a house where they've got people are sleeping on the floor, and they may be all sharing one room, and somebody comes and knocks at the door, and the guy wakes up and says, "Hey, don't disturb me. Everybody's sleeping." And the friend keeps asking again and again, and you are looking and listening, and if this was a sitcom, you would be saying, "This is really funny." This guy is insisting, and this fellow's not helping, and finally says, "Okay, just to get you off my back, here's the bread." Jesus is not trying to compare the friend with God. He's trying to contrast, saying, listen, if a friend who knows you, loves you, sometimes won't help you, how much more will God, who loves you, give you when you ask and you ask again? So, listen, when you ask in prayer, when you go to God in prayer and ask him, know that he listens because he loves you. He wants to give you because he loves you. But it also says this, the words that follow the parable, the story say this, he will give you, but he doesn't always give you what we always want. He gives us because he loves us. You can be sure of that. And he will give us because he wants to answer us because we have asked of him. But he will give us something that we may not accept. We may not fully expect. We may not actually want at that time. But know this, because he loves us and because he knows far more than what we know, he will give us really what he will work for our good or for those around us. Ask him. Don't stop asking. He loves us. He will give an answer. And when he gives, it's because he loves us. And what he gives is something that he will use for yours and my good. Ask. That's what prayer is all about. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Watch us again if you want, or for our past episodes in our YouTube channel, consciunited.com, or on our Facebook page. Thank you for joining us. God bless you.